Welcome back to Millionaire Coins. Today. We're diving deep into a coin that has sparked immense interest in the numismatic world, the 1983 USA 1-cent coin. Could you be holding on to a penny that's worth millions? Stick around as we uncover its history, value, rarity, recent auction prices, and how you can potentially find one of these hidden treasures in circulation. Let's start with the historical background of the 1983 1-cent coin. By the early 1980s, the United States Mint had undergone significant changes in the production of the penny. In 1982, due to the rising cost of copper, the Mint decided to change the composition of the penny from 95% copper to a copper-plated zinc core. The shift from copper to zinc was a major event in the world of coinage. Prior to 1982, pennies were predominantly copper, but the skyrocketing cost of copper meant that it was becoming more expensive to make a penny than the coin's actual face value. The decision was made to transition to a zinc core with a thin copper coating, making the coin cheaper to produce. The 1983 penny, therefore, was among the first to be made using this new composition. It weighs about 2.5 grams, compared to the copper pennies before 1982, which weighed 3.11 grams. This change not only reduced production costs but also created a distinct dividing line between pre-1982 copper pennies and post-1982 zinc pennies. However, even though the composition of the 1983 penny was standardized, some unexpected minting errors and rarities emerged, which has led to certain 1983 pennies becoming incredibly valuable. One of the most exciting discoveries from the 1983 penny series is the rare 1983 copper penny. While most 1983 pennies were made from the new zinc composition, a few copper pennies from 1983 have been found in circulation, likely due to an error at the mint. These rare 1983 copper pennies were struck on leftover copper blanks from before 1982, making them a highly sought-after collectible. In fact, the discovery of these coins has turned ordinary pennies into potentially million-dollar treasures. So, just how much is a rare 1983 copper penny worth today? Let's talk about some recent auction prices. In 2013, a 1983 copper penny was sold at auction for an impressive $23,500. But that's not all. As the years have gone by and more collectors have sought out these rare coins, prices have continued to rise. In 2019, another 1983 copper penny in uncirculated condition sold for a jaw-dropping $50,000. But the 1983 penny isn't just valuable for its rare copper version. Another highly coveted variation is the 1983 double die obverse (DDO) error. This error occurred when the die used to strike the coins was improperly manufactured, resulting in a doubling effect on the inscriptions, particularly in the words "Liberty" and "In God We Trust." This doubling is what gives the coin its name, double die. Let's talk about value. If you happen to find a 1983 double die obverse penny in mint state condition, you could be looking at thousands of dollars. In 2020, a 1983 DDO penny graded MS67 by PCGS sold at auction. The value of these DDO pennies depends heavily on their condition, but even in lower grades, they can still fetch several hundred to a few $1,000s. You may be wondering, just how rare are these 1983 1-cent error coins? The 1983 copper penny is considered extremely rare, with only a handful known to exist. As for the double die obverse variety, there are more examples in circulation, but finding one in pristine condition is still very. Both of these errors are highly prized by collectors, and with the right conditions, they can fetch life-changing amounts at auction. So, how can you tell if you have one of these valuable pennies in your pocket? Let's start with the 1983 copper penny. The easiest way to check is by weighing the coin. A regular 1983 penny should weigh 2.5 grams, but a copper penny from 1983 will weigh 3.11 grams, the same as the pre-1982 pennies. If your 1983 penny weighs 3.11 grams, you could be sitting on a fortune. 1983 double die obverse *** error. You'll want to closely inspect the lettering on the obverse of the coin. Use a magnifying glass or a loupe to look for any doubling, especially in the words "Liberty" and "In God We Trust." If you see that doubling effect, you've got a rare coin on your hands. If you think you found a valuable 1983 penny, the next step is to have it graded by a professional service like PCGS or NGC. These companies will authenticate your coin and assign it a grade based on its condition. The higher the grade, the more valuable your coin will be. Coins in mint state condition, those that have never been circulated, can fetch significantly higher prices. So, could you really find a $1 million penny? While it's rare, it's not impossible. With only a few 1983 copper pennies known to exist, and with growing demand, it's entirely possible that one of these coins could sell for millions in the future. Imagine finding a penny in your change jar that's worth more than your car or even your house. It's stories like these that keep coin collectors searching and checking every penny they come across. Believe it or not, rare pennies like the 1983 copper and DDO varieties have been found in circulation by regular people. In 2019, a man in Ohio discovered a rare 1983 copper penny while sorting through change. He submitted it for grading, and the coin was valued at over $20,000. As the years go by, the value of these rare coins is only expected to increase.